After making it 4 wins in a row in the title run of the season, Mikel Arteta's men are in there till the end. So today not only will we break down the massive victory over Bournemouth, we'll also get a massive transfer update from David Ornstein, find out what's happening with the Arsenal coaching staff, and reveal why Bukayo Saka deserves more respect. Yo, what is going on guys? My name is Baz14, welcome back to Boys channel, and after another stupendous victory, the title is coming towards a dramatic end. So as per, don't forget to smash a like on this video if you enjoy it and subscribe to the channel if you are new. But starting off with Arsenal's 3-0 victory over Bournemouth. In a game that was always going to be tricky, against an informed Bournemouth side that had caused many teams issues. Let's just say Mikel Arteta's team did not hold back, with all 10 of the outfield starters for Arsenal having registered at least one shot in a Premier League match for the first time since January 2022. From Gabriel's rocket that should have counted, to Saliba striding forward like a striker. In total, Arsenal had a very impressive 4.23 XG, entering the final for 53 times with a 5.8 expected threat created. The field tilt shows that for the majority, Arsenal were utterly dominant. But in the first half where Arsenal were only able to get one, the second goal is arguably the most important, scored by our sharpshooter Leandro Trossard, scoring his 16th goal this season and his 11th in the Premier League. Overall, he got a 7.7 rating with 1 goal scored, 24 accurate passes and 3 ground balls won. The most impressive fact that it was yet another non-penalty goal, giving him the joint highest tally in the Arsenal squad. His attacking numbers show a clinical finisher. 11 goals from next year of just 7.37, Trossard has only missed 7 big chances all season. This is why I think this guy is Mikel Arteta's ultimate 12th man. A player since arriving at Arsenal in January 2023 has averaged a 0.85 non-penalty goals and assists per 90 in the Premier League, with only 5 players in De Bruyne, Jota, Haaland, Wilson and Salah averaging higher in that period of time. Goal contributions are amazing, but also it's the magnitude. From his game-winning goal against Everton, the opening goal against Wolves, the equaliser against Bayern Munich, out of his 16 goals this season, 9 of those goals have changed the state of the game. But in a game where Arsenal also had a 0.39 XG against, when Mikel Arteta was asked after the game if defence wins titles, I hope whoever said that is very rare and that's the case. But credit to the whole team for the way they defend and how much they want it. And obviously for David Raya because he's had a very good impact. When dropping a 7.3 rating and making 2 saves, has now officially won the 2024 Golden Glove. There were a few dodgy moments in this game. A foul given for him that was arguably fortunate. But the whole idea that he's only got this Golden Glove because of the Arsenal defence is something I disagree with. Going all the way back to even last year, Raya has kept 26 combined clean sheets, the highest in the league by 5. In a year for Brentford he kept 12 clean sheets. He was highest in the league for saves, made the most saves from outside the box, caught the second most crosses, with the most touches and the most long passes completed. Not to mention having the highest save percentage of the league last year. Arriving into Arsenal replacing a fan's favourite, with not an ounce of pre-season to adapt to the team, having some vital moments in the Champions League, Raya deserves a little bit more respect. Likewise as the performance of Declan Rice. Dropping an all-action masterclass playing as a number 8, Rice was once again named the Arsenal player of the match, making it his 10th man of the match of the season. With a goal and assist, Rice dropped an 8.4 rating, 44 accurate passes, 3 key passes, in a season that he now has 8 total assists, which is more than Bruno Fernandes, Phil Foden, James Maddison and Morgan Gibbs-White. You then compare him to the player that everyone talks about, Man City's machine and Rodri. Rice now has more goal contributions, big chances created, interceptions, blocks, tackles won and clearances. In a world where we've seen Antony go for 95 million euros, Enzo Fernandez 121, Declan Rice has been Arsenal's Virgil van Dijk. That expensive signing that everyone looked at and knew straight away he was going to be worth the money. By using Rice as number 8, Mikel Arteta has unlocked another advantage. His elite ability to counter-press, squeeze teams in the final third, forcing turnovers that Arsenal can take advantage of. Rice has a special ability to control chaos. Anytime there's a bouncing ball, this guy's there to mop it up, which is perfectly summed up by his former manager David Moyes. Speaking after West Ham lost 5-0 to Chelsea, then asked after the game why West Ham have had so many heavy defeats, Moyes says Declan Rice, when we had the best midfielder in the country protecting us, limiting 50% of their attacks, it makes you a much better defensive team. But let's talk about Kai Havertz. Once again starting as a number 9 and thriving, in winning the opening penalty, Havertz caused a bit of controversy, saying after the game, I felt the contact and went down, for me it's a penalty, with some claiming that Havertz looked for it, using her dark arts and trying to win Arsenal penalty, something that we've seen Harry Kane do time and time again, without an ounce of criticism. Havertz continues his rich vein of form, dropping another 8.6 rating, with 2 shots on target and 1 penalty won, alongside 3 key passes and 2 big chances created, 8 ground balls out of 9, and 4 in the air. As Kai says, I just enjoy being on the pitch right now. It's so nice, so many good players behind me. It's fun to play as a 9 as well, I enjoy that role, which you can certainly see on the pitch with the way he's so effortless in his link-up play, providing Arsenal a focal point they can aim for, bounce off him and glide forwards. In a title runner where Arsenal will question, do they have the bottle to bounce back after the defeat against Aston Villa? We can't look past the form of Kai Havertz. 3 consecutive 8+ ratings. And the most important part of the season, Kai has shown minerals. Saying after the game, I enjoy every second with Mikel Arteta as the coach. He taught me so many good things, especially at the beginning when it was tough for me. I'm so glad I'm here. You then look at his numbers as a striker. 12 goal contributions in 843 minutes, averaging 1 every 70 minutes without a single penalty. It's actually very comparable to Erling Haaland. Even though Haaland is the far better goal scorer in terms of hold-up play, Havertz provides Arsenal better, with 4 Arsenal players now being directly involved in 15+ goals in the Premier League this season, a number more than any other side. Havertz is up there alongside Saka, Odegaard and Rice, playing as a 9, giving Arsenal almost everything they want. Consistent goal contributions in big games, a focal point to aim for with the outlet and behind, not shying away in the most important games of the season. As much as Arsenal want to sign a striker, do you spend £100 million on a new one, when your current one is giving you nearly 90% of what you want? But in terms of the Arsenal form, we remain on fire, making it 4 league wins in a row. Arsenal have now accumulated 26 wins in the Premier League this season, equaling their most ever. They now have the same record as the 2003-4 Invincibles. We've also now scored 88 league goals, equaling a record set last year. Where in 2024 Arsenal have now got 43 points out of 48, dropping points in only 2 games. We are still not the favourites. That instead is the robots in Manchester, refusing to malfunction, dropping a 5-1 victory against Wolves. As Erling Haaland scored 4, Arsenal remain top of the league with 83 points, but City are behind by only 1 with 35 games played, a game in hand. Without a single league defeat since December, you'll hear Arsenal fans talk about the Aston Villa game and even the likes of Fulham. But when a team only loses 1 league game in 2024, I can't say they've bottled it. We are currently in a league with a freak like Pep Guardiola, who has taken this league to a standard we've never seen before. We're the only 2 teams to ever be into a title, both had 90+ points. Moving on to the Ornstein transfer update. 2 games left of a very eventful year. Arsenal fans may be focused, but not too far in the future is the transfer window. Not only do Arsenal have massive plans, but funds are reportedly available, with one of the key areas being a wide forward. David Ornstein says that Arsenal have long wanted depth and competition in the wide forward positions, and we've reported interest in Pedro Neto, but given his injury record and his likely price, this is not a deal that I'd imagine they're going to prioritise this summer. With 9 assists this year and 18 league starts, a direct wide forward that's able to play on both sides, his profile is exactly what Arsenal need, except in terms of reliability. With the whopping 7 different injuries since 2019-20, from calf injuries to knee injuries, I can see where Arsenal have their doubts. But Ornstein says that Nico Williams is also among the other options that Arsenal like, but they are not his only admirers, and there is no guarantee he leaves Bilbao. A similar player in terms of versatility. Despite thriving this year as a left winger, last year, Williams was also playing on the right, with an affordable release clause in his contract and only 21 years of age. Williams would offer Arsenal a game breaker, who's able to dribble and cause chaos against any system, with a whopping 14 goal contributions in La Liga. The standout numbers are the dribbles per 90, 2.9 per game at a 52% success rate, numbers higher than Vinicius Jr. For a team that also lacks pace, Williams would not only offer Arsenal another outlet, but a profile that could thrive in the Champions League, trying to make his name and show the world the hype is real. We also have to make a little trip to Brazil, where breaking through at Palmeiras is a potential wonderkid. According to reports in Brazil, Arsenal are among the clubs in discussion to sign Estavio Willian, as a 17-year-old has a €45 million release clause. The player also wanted by Chelsea and Real Madrid. 17 years of age and born in 2007. Look at these recent numbers against Botafogo. A 9.0 rating with 1 goal, 6 key passes and 2 shots on target, a whopping 11 out of 15 dribbles, and 13 out of 21 ground balls. When you've got Edu Gaspar and the reported contacts, then you think about Arsenal's recent signings from Brazil. Only Gabriel Martinelli and Marquinhos. In a market that has so much potential, I don't think Arsenal are utilising it enough. You look at Real Madrid and the likes of Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr., special talents that are game breakers. Arsenal need to be in these conversations. But talking about forwards, what about Alexander Isak, who scoring once again for Newcastle became the first player since Alan Shearer to score 20 league goals. As reported by Miguel Delaney, Alexander Isak is now the top of Arsenal's list of targets this summer, as Mikel Arteta is now intent on buying a forward that will complete his team. But the real question is, do Newcastle want to sell? Miguel Delaney says Newcastle are strongly resistant, and much may depend on whether the player agitates to go. There is a short list of names that Arsenal see as strong targets beyond, and they will be prepared to move on should a deal prove difficult to complete. A player that Mikel Arteta wanted even when he was at Real Sociedad, that used to thrive alongside Martin Odegaard. It's no surprise they are once again in for him, where he scored 20 league goals from an 18 XG, with a whopping 29% goal conversion. He's come to the league and at 24 years of age, he's starting to show signs of being elite. The concerns I have though is reliability. Just like Neto, Isak has had quite a few injury problems, missing a total of 10 games this year with a reoccurring groin injury. And then you think about the upcoming Chido Obi Martin, with 25 goals in 5 games to the Arsenal Academy. He's a profile that many compare to Isak, a similar type of ball-carrying profile, who's able to score and make things out of nothing. If it is a case that Arsenal want a striker from the Premier League, as great as Isak has been, you also can't forget about Ollie Watkins, who with 19 goals and 12 assists this season, also deserves to be in the conversation. Moving on to the other Arsenal news today. In Mikel Arteta, Arsenal have a superb manager, but just behind him we've also got a superb backroom staff. And with the likes of Nicolas Jova get so many flowers, we also can't forget about Airport Albert. Here he was ahead of the game against Bournemouth, singing the lyrics of North London Forever. There could be something happening in terms of his future, as according to reports in the UK, Feyenoord are targeted move for the Arsenal assistant manager Albert Stuivenberg as a replacement for the Liverpool-bound Arne Slot. It's worth pointing out this guy has a history of coaching. Prior to working under Mikel Arteta, he was actually the first team manager at Genk. And we've also got the quality of Carlos Cuesta. Despite being 28 years of age, he's a very highly rated coach. Arsenal have to be careful because teams are looking at him. We have to talk about Bukayo Saka though, who after scoring once again against Bournemouth, dropped a 7.9 rating, with 2 successful dribbles and 5 key passes alongside 2 big chances created. Saka becomes the first Arsenal player since Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in 1920 to score 20 goals for Arsenal in a single season. With that level of consistency, we have to ask the question. You look at the rankings of the Football Writers Player of the Year award, with Saka not even in the top 6, despite being the top scorer for the highest goal scoring team in the league, with a whopping 9 assists and the highest expected assist in the league, becoming the youngest player in Premier League history with back-to-back 25 goals in this season, since a certain Wayne Rooney. He needs to be in a conversation for the PFA Player of the Year. That is the video there and there though, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash that like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy on all of his social medias, then the links are down in the description. But that was all the latest Arsenal news today. I have a massive week where Arsenal have a gargantuan game at the Old Toilet, which we will speak about very soon. So until then, I'll see you next time. Take care. Havertz.